welcome back to my channel. If you haven't been here before, I'm Millie, and I'm here today to celebrate 4,000 subscribers. No, I'm actually so buzzing about that. I can't believe I've got 4,000. I didn't even expect to get over 1,000 like when I first started. So the fact that I'm here at 4,000 is just amazing. Can't believe it. So I just want to thank you guys so much for supporting my channel. But yeah, let's get started. I don't even know what the first question is. What would you say to people just starting out on YouTube? I would say just try and be yourself as much as possible because it's harder than you think. Like when you're vlogging, the red light is flashing like it's recording. It's really hard just to be yourself. I'd say I'm quite a funny person in like general life, but when that camera's on, I feel like all my humour goes. I feel like I lose a lot of my personality. And watching old videos back from like what I filmed a few years ago, I feel like I go into like presenter mode. It's really hard for me to not do that, but I'm really trying just to be more natural now, and it's actually easier just to be yourself and just be natural. So yeah. Secondly, if you're planning on starting a YouTube channel, I'd say that if you are trying to get far with it, just know that it is a huge commitment. You've got to put so much time and effort and energy into making your videos, editing them, and sometimes you could spend hours filming, editing, you put it up and you only get like 100 views, 200 views, and you think, why have I even done that? So you really just got to be yourself, enjoy it. Like, if you don't enjoy it, don't do it. Only do it if you enjoy it. And one last thing I would say is try not to care what people think about you. And it's easier said than done. Like, I still care. I know I shouldn't, but that's one thing I'm trying to learn this year is just be yourself, do what you want, what makes you happy, and try not to care what other people think about you. And it is hard, but you're always gonna get people saying like negative things, but you just gotta ignore it. Just do what makes you happy. So the next question, where are you off to next, is really exciting. I've done something so spontaneous here. So I usually take a couple of days off in July. I usually go to a music festival in Madrid. I usually go to Mad Cool, which is really good, but I decided not to go this year. I want to do something a little bit different. And I thought, where can I fly to direct from Alicante? There's not that many options and cheap in July as well. Dublin is one that always stands out to me. So I thought, who do I know that lives in Dublin? And I don't know if you guys remember when I did a video like a few years ago now, trying Romanian snacks with my friend Julia. I've only literally met her like 3 or 4 times, but I just love her energy. She's such a laugh. So I messaged her as she lives in Dublin now, and I said, do you fancy meeting up for a few days? I can fly over and see you. And she says, well, yeah, like me and my friends are planning a road trip all around Ireland. Do you want to join us? And I said, yes. Like, I absolutely love to do that. I've always wanted to do a road trip around Ireland, but I just didn't know where to start, who to go with. So when she said that, I was like, that sounds perfect. So that's my next trip. I won't be posting that on my YouTube channel. I'll be posting that on Instagram. I'll be making like reels and stuff like that. So if you want to check out my Instagram, it's MillieMoments __. But yeah, I have mentioned in the past that my channel now is pretty much based on just traveling around Spain. If you want to see all my other adventures, check out my Instagram. So the next question is kind of similar to the first one. Do you feel confident when you vlog? It really depends on where I am. If I'm around this area where I live, no, absolutely not. I'm constantly paranoid that people are watching me and people that I know might see me. I don't know why I find it embarrassing because they're gonna know that I'm posting it anyway. If I'm like traveling further away where I don't really know anyone, I have no problem vlogging really. It's mainly just, yeah, if I bump into people. That's one thing I need to get over. I need to stop caring what people think, but easier said than done. The next question, how do you make your money to support your lifestyle? I really do want to get into this one because I think people think, oh, she's rich, look at her, you know, doing this, doing that. I'm not. I just do everything on a budget. I do work as hard as I can. My main job is gigging with my band. I'm a drummer and I have 2 bands at the moment. Oh, technically 3, but I don't really do that many gigs with the 3rd one. I've got The Cages, Indigo and Retrospect. So I'll leave the links down below if you want to check out my bands. But I do that full time. I gig 5 or 6 nights a week. And then in the daytime, I teach drums. And I used to just teach kids, but now I teach adults, like all ages pretty much. So that's really fun. And then obviously YouTube, I got monetized shortly after I reached 1,000 subscribers. And now I don't make much on YouTube at all, but every little helps. But I am really good at saving. Like, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't really go out like doing expensive things. So I just work my ass off, save the money, and then I just travel on a budget. I try and get the cheapest flights possible, cheapest accommodation, cheap food. But yeah, I think I'm just pretty much a good saver. Oh, are you okay, Milo? Come here. Yeah, I didn't think he would, he's shy. So the next question is also about money. What do you do about money when travelling? Card, cash, exchanging money, etc. For example, in January when we went to Thailand, I took about €1,000 and then changed it over when I got there. There's loads of currency exchange places over there, so it's easy just to change it over, and it's probably the cheapest way to do it as well. But if I go to somewhere else, for example when I went to Morocco, Sri Lanka, or places like that, I take my Wise card. It's like the best travel card I have. I've got Revolut as well, but I do prefer Wise for some reason. So what I do is as soon as I land at the airport, I go to an ATM, take money out in the currency. I think it's a lot cheaper than taking your own money and changing it over at the airport. Thailand is really cheap to change your money over, like changing your cash over, but some countries aren't. So yeah, I take my Wise card. If you haven't already got a Wise card, click on my link below and you'll get a fee-free transfer of up to €500 if you sign up with my link. So the next question is, have you ever met anyone while travelling who you plan on meeting again? Yeah, I've actually met a few really nice people. Like, I've met loads of nice people, but there's a few people that stood out who I definitely thought, I'm gonna meet them again. So the first person I'd say I'd definitely meet up with again is a girl called Carmen that I met in San Sebastian in the north of Spain on my surf trip. If you haven't watched that vlog yet, check it out now. Another spontaneous decision, I went to this surf camp in the north of Spain. I wasn't really fitting in that well, and I wasn't really having a great experience. I was thinking about flying home like 2 days early, and then this girl checked in, Carmen, and we just clicked instantly, and she just turned my whole experience around, and I really enjoyed myself once I'd met her. She lives in Germany. I've been to Hamburg, but I've always wanted to go to like different parts of Germany, so she said that if I ever go over, I'm more than welcome to stay with her. And a couple that I would meet up with is Megan and David, who we met in Sri Lanka, and we met them, I think it was the north of Sri Lanka. We just got chatting, and I think we went out for drinks with them. When we travelled all the way down after like 2 weeks, we turned out to be in like the same place again, so we messaged each other over Instagram, met up, had dinner and drinks and stuff, and they were so nice. We just clicked straight away. They live in England, so if we ever go over where they live, we'd definitely meet up with them. But we have said that if they ever want to come to Spain, they're more than welcome to come and stay with us for a few days. We'll take them out exploring and stuff like that. They were lovely, so definitely meet up with them again. So the next question, do you plan on doing any collabs? Yes, I've got a few in mind actually. So the first one is my friend Yasmin, who is like the singer in my band. She's one of my best friends, love her to bits. She's just started a new channel called The Salty Pixie. I'll leave a link down below so you can check it out. As we live in like the Costa Blanca, she's going to be going to different restaurants, different bars, trying different foods and drinks, cocktails, the lot. She's going to be doing a channel all based on that, giving you guys loads of recommendations. One of the days I'll take her out exploring with me, and then I'll go out for a meal with her and drinks and stuff like that, and yeah, we'll collab in that way. Another channel I plan on doing a collab with is Brits in Spain. I'll link their channel down below as well. They're just a lovely couple who I met up with in May, I think it was. We did like a YouTuber meet-up with loads of different YouTubers around Spain. We all got together and met each other, and it was a lovely day, and they suggested doing a little collaboration, so I'm definitely up for that. That'll be coming out soon. And the next collaboration idea is not actually on YouTube but on Spotify. I've got two friends, Connor and Tash, who do a podcast on Spotify, and it's all about conspiracy theories and mythical creatures like ghosts, mermaids, witches, even like dreams that come true, stuff like that. I'm really into stuff like that. When I reached out to them, they're like, oh, you should do one with us sometime, so that'd be cool. I might do that. So the next question is, where would you most like to live in the world? And I am so lucky to say, right here. I absolutely love where I live. I feel so lucky to be here. Yeah, I've just bought my first house. I bought it in December 2023. Oh, I'm so lucky. If I tell you the story, you won't even believe it. I found this house, loved it straight away. I've been doing loads of renovations on it and stuff. I just feel like it's meant to be. I love being here. The weirdest thing, there was a house for sale 4 doors down from me. I kept telling my sister and her boyfriend, please go and view it, go and have a look at it. And she's like, oh, I don't know, it's not really my thing. We want something a bit different. You know, one day my dad was like ripping out my fireplace and building me a new one, and my sister came in to have a look at it and she was like, oh my god, that looks epic. She goes, I want the same. So she literally called the estate agent the same day as I moved in here, went to view it, put an offer in, it got accepted, and I think it was 8 weeks or 10 weeks later they were living there. So that's mental. We live 4 doors down from each other. It's amazing. And me and my sister are best friends. We're so close. So just to have each other down there, it's It's amazing. Like the amount of times that, you know, I'm eating my breakfast and I hear the doorbell ring and she walks in with her breakfast and we just sit on the terrace together eating, and it's just, yeah, it's amazing. So the next question is, what is one of the best experiences / activities you have done whilst travelling? The first thing that comes to mind is when me and Harry went to Vietnam last January, I think it was, and we did the Ha Giang Loop in the north of Vietnam, and it's just a motorbike route where you go around for 3 days, you stay in homestays, but you're all in a group. There's like, I think there was like 10 of us or something, and we all stick together, you drive around the mountains, and the views are like the best views I've ever seen. But you all stay together at night, you all eat together, drink together, and there's like a big party, and oh, that was just amazing. That's probably one of the best things I've ever done in my life, to be honest. If you do want a bit more information on that, because a few people have said to me, like, who did you book with, or how much was it, all stuff like that, feel free to send me a message on Instagram and I can help you out with that. And another little random activity that really stands out to me, one that I've really enjoyed, is learning how to surf in Sri Lanka. It was just a tropical paradise, like what you imagine a dream beach to look like, with the hanging palm trees and it being so hot and like perfect sunsets. I learned to surf over there and it was just amazing. Like, I could live that lifestyle. It was amazing. Next question, what are your 5 top things on your bucket list? One of the things I've said that I wanted to do for years is do a road trip around Iceland. I've seen loads of people do it on YouTube and it just looks amazing. You rent a camper van, drive around. Apparently it's just one road, well, a main road around Iceland, and you just keep following it, loads of stops on the way. To me, that just sounds amazing. The second thing I've always wanted to do is paragliding. I've always wanted to try it, but I want to do it in a country where the views are going to be absolutely epic. Like, you can paraglide around here, but I know what it looks like. Do you know what I mean? I want to go to a really unique country and just do it, and the views are just epic. So I've always wanted to do that. This one is really, really random, but it just looks so fun. There's a thing, I think it's near Valencia, called La Tomatina, and it's a festival where you just go and you get loads of tomatoes and you're throwing tomatoes at everyone, and everyone's just covered in tomatoes, and that sounds so funny. That's up there on one of my things on my bucket list. The next thing, quite similar to like the paragliding, well, not that similar, but do a hot air balloon ride, probably in Turkey or something. It's quite popular to do over there. And I can just imagine doing it at like sunrise or sunset, loads of hot air balloons in the sky. I think that would be beautiful. I've always wanted to do that. Another thing is something I've wanted to do after seeing my YouTube friends Creative Ginge do it, is climb Mount Fuji in Japan. I think I'd really struggle. Like, I'd want to do a bit of training in advance, like go to the gym. Like, I haven't been to the gym in so long, so I'd want to get my fitness up a little bit. But yeah, that just looks amazing. Like, how cool would it be to say that you've climbed Mount Fuji? And the last one, I'd say, I would absolutely love to gig at a music festival. I obviously play drums for a living and my whole life is surrounded by music. Just to be able to play on like a big stage and have everyone like watching you, cheering you on, like, it would be even better if it was original songs that we had wrote as well and everyone was singing along. That's just a dream, but you know what? It might happen one day. You just got to manifest it. I'm saying it now, I'm putting it out there. That's what I want to do. So if anyone can make that happen, get in touch. Next question. Do you prefer solo travel or travelling with others? I'll probably say I prefer travelling with others, because when I'm travelling with my boyfriend or even my mum and sister or friends or whatever, I do have a really, really good time. But at the same time, I do like solo travelling. And don't get me wrong, I've only done a few trips and I've only done 5 days max. But I have really enjoyed them, they've gone really well for me. I'm quite a sociable person, so I think when you're travelling solo, you are more approachable and it is easier to meet other travellers, I think. Especially if you're staying in hostels as well. Chances are it's full of solo travellers looking to meet other people, and there's always someone that you can say like, come on, let's go out for dinner, or do you fancy doing this today, do you fancy doing this? So you're never really on your own that much when you're solo travelling, in my experience. But yeah, it's nice to have the option to do both. Like, I haven't actually travelled outside of Spain on my own. I'm not sure if I will or not. I would much rather be travelling with other people if I'm going outside of Spain. It's nice to say that I have done both. Next question, I wonder who's asked me this one. Who's the best guitarist in Indigo? Well, this one is obvious. Maisie. You're gonna kill me for saying that. What's your favourite unique food you've found while travelling? I don't even know how to answer this one because I'm actually really boring when it comes to food. I don't try that many experimental things, if you know what, well, food related. That sounds so bad. Yeah, I'm not a massive foodie, to be honest. Most of the time I either eat vegetarian or vegan, just because I've got loads of intolerances really. And I've also got a huge phobia of puking, so I'm so careful when I go somewhere new. The last thing I want to get is food poisoning. That's like my worst nightmare. So yeah, that's a pretty boring answer, but I'm not very experimental with food, so I can't really answer that. Right, this one's kind of food related as well. Do you like pickled onions? This is a bit random. I don't even know, I don't even have them. I've never tried them. You know what, my sister will probably have some. Let me ring her.
Hello?
Maisie, have you got any pickled onions?
Yeah, I was just texting you.
Do you mind bringing them round and I can try it for my vlog?
Okay, I'll come round in a little bit.
Okay then, I'll see you in a bit.
Bye.
She sounds like she just woke up. So we'll skip that question for now. So the next one, which country makes the best tea or coffee? So I don't really drink coffee because it triggers my anxiety, but I have tried a really weird coffee, egg coffee in Vietnam. And I think Vietnam is like huge for coffee. You can get it everywhere. I tried this egg coffee. I think I did like it. It was really strange. Like when you scooped it up with the spoon, it was really like slimy. It was really weird. And they did use raw egg for it, which, you know, that made me really paranoid. I was thinking, am I going to get food poisoning from this? But it did taste really nice. It was like really creamy. It was really nice. As for tea, Sri Lanka definitely do the best tea. They grow it there, and I think it's Ceylon tea or Lipton tea. There's loads that you've heard of. They grow it in Sri Lanka. That's where it is produced. And we actually went to a tea factory while we were over there as well. Learned how it was made, tried loads of different tea samples at the end. It was so interesting. I'm a huge fan of tea, as you can tell. I think this might be my last question. Well, there's a few questions in it, but favourite place in Spain you visited? That would definitely be Ronda. If you haven't been, put it on your list. It's 100% worth it. Thank me later. I have got a vlog on that if you want to check it out. Leave like the little link up here, click on that. Favourite place in the world you've visited has to be, hands down, Sri Lanka. It's just a beautiful country. Obviously, it is a very poor country, but the people there just make it. They make the whole experience. They're the kindest, most friendliest people I've ever met. They can't do enough for you. And it really does make your experience when you're getting treated with such kindness. But another thing that we did there, which was just, actually that would probably go in my other answer, one of my best experiences, is renting a tuk-tuk and driving around Sri Lanka for 3 weeks. That was our transport for the whole 3 weeks, driving around ourselves in our own tuk-tuk. Little Abigail, I miss her. That was just incredible. You get to see so many things off the beaten track and go to many places that you wouldn't if you were getting like a bus or a train. And it was really cheap to do it as well. I'd highly recommend it. If you do have any questions about any of these things I'm mentioning, by the way, do feel free to message me on Instagram and I can help you, give you little recommendations or send you to the right places to book these things. Most memorable experience while vlogging. Most memorable, probably the most scary actually, is when me and Ronan went to Gibraltar and we climbed up the rock and I was filming and these two massive monkeys jumped on Ronan's bag, on his back, and I'm not even joking when I say they were the size of him. Jumped on, one jumped on first, started ripping the bag open, another one jumped on, they were all trying to get all the food out of the bag. They did tell us not to take food up there. I took a pack of biscuits in case I got hungry. I wish I never did now. They jumped on him and I was absolutely terrified for the whole rest of the day. Yeah, that's probably the most memorable. Not the most enjoyable, by far. So I think that was the last question. I'm just waiting for my pickled onion now, so Maisie will be bringing that round in a bit so I can try. But no, I've really enjoyed doing this Q&A. It's been something a bit different. I thought, what way could I celebrate my 4,000 subscribers? And I thought, this is just a perfect chance for you guys to get to know me a little bit better. Because usually when I'm out vlogging, I'm kind of just filming what I'm up to and giving you like some recommendations and stuff, but you don't actually get to know me as a person and, you know, like my experiences and stuff. So I thought this would be a really good opportunity to tell you guys a few little stories about me. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I'm not finished yet. I'm just waiting for my onion. Hello. Okay. You just woke up. Right. Oh, I don't think I'm going to like these. That's horrible. Why would people eat that? That was horrible. I've literally just had to spit that out. No, I do not like pickled onions. So yeah, I really hope you've enjoyed this video today. I've really enjoyed answering all your questions. Thank you so much to everyone who has asked them and to everyone who subscribed. I really appreciate it. I can't believe I've got to 4,000. It's just amazing. So yeah, thank you so much. If you do have any other questions that I didn't answer, feel free to message me in the comments and I'll get back to you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.